And now joining me here on an NCAA.com Skype session from Pac-12 Media Day, UCLA head coach Steve Alford. And Steve, I was out there a couple of weeks ago at your beautiful new facility that opened a year ago, and talking to Chris Wilkes. There's a lot of optimism offensively about this group. You've had a chance now to be with them, little retreats in the woods and then on the court. What's your sense right now offensively how good this team can be?
Well, I hope that we can continue to do what we've done offensively. In the 5 years here in the Pac-12, we've been the most efficient offensive team in a lot of categories. So I think where we've got to show improvement is what they do defensively. And if they do the things I think they can do defensively, Andy, I think our offense will even become better because we'll get some easier scores. We've gone through a 3-4 year stretch here of having a lot of guys that can make open jump shots from behind that arc, including bigs. I'm not sure this team is as good a shooting team, but if we can create some more offense out of the defense, we'll get some easier baskets than maybe we've had in years past.
You know, depth looked like it was going to be a plus a couple of months ago, but you've already had now, two situations where two players, two newcomers are going to be out for the season, and Tyler and Sharif. What's the impact right now of both of those situations where you're not going to have them for this season?
Right. Well, you never obviously like losing guys for a season, let alone 4 to 6 weeks. But the season is difficult. It's difficult for the young men more than it is anything else. But if there's a positive to it, I don't know if that's the right word, but we've had 13 guys on scholarship, and all 13 of those guys are capable of playing. So now we've lost 2 for the year. You've still got 11 guys that are very capable of playing very good minutes and playing at a high level. With that said, this is my tallest team I've had in 28 years, 8 guys over 6'8", but I've also got 8 guys that haven't played one tick of college basketball, so a lot of inexperience. So guys like Prince Ali, Alex Olashinsky, Chris Wilkes, Jalen Hands, these guys are going to be really good leaders for us.
The Pac-12 obviously took a little flack because of the postseason, no team advancing, did not have a great non-conference. I think it's still wide open. You guys have a great schedule early on. How well prepared do you think your team is for the schedule that you guys are going to be facing? It's going to be pretty daunting.
Right. And we tried to do that, Andy. I'm a big believer for us to try to play 4 to 6 power. 6 is probably a little bit too much like we did last year, but 4 to 5 power 5 conference, non-conference games. And we'll get that this year with the teams that we're playing. But guys like seeing Chris Smith and his development, I think that's going to be huge for us. New guys, Moses Brown, Jules Bernard, David Singleton, these guys coming in, Kenny Nwamba, these guys coming in and actually contributing in a big way, that's going to be big for our early season success. Because as you know, you can't just schedule this way. You got to get some wins in November, December that sets up your conference schedule in January and February.
And how much do you think that was more of an anomaly for the league in the NCAA tournament last year?
Yeah, it was just a tough year because I thought, when you looked at it, in my opinion, you had Arizona, who was really, really good, got a tough matchup. I think Sean would tell you their toughest matchup last year were teams that had 4s and 5s that could stretch them and shoot the basketball, and they got that in the NCAA tournament. And that team happened to make a lot of shots, and that affected them. We had a very difficult, tough turnaround where we had to play on I think we found out on a Sunday, left Monday played, and got a very good Bonnie team that was well coached, and we didn't play very well in that game. I thought SC should have been in the tournament with everything that they had done. So, but that happens. I think that we can go through a year like that. We obviously don't want to go through another year like that. There's a lot of good players. I guess if there was a positive to it with a number of players that are going into the NBA from the Pac-12. So we're seeing that happen. So I think the level of coaching, the level of players in our league has really taken a step up, and I think this year you'll see us rebound in a very big way as a league.
Yeah, the hard thing was Arizona State has a great non-conference, and then the league actually was better than I think people thought, and they got beat up a little in the league.
Exactly, and I think you'll see that this year because I think Cal will be much better. Oregon State was hurt last year. They started getting healthy. They've got a lot of their team back. Washington's entire starting 5's back. Oregon is loaded with talent. I think everybody's sleeping on Arizona. I still know the job that they do there. They've got Jeter was sitting out. They've got Brandon Williams is back in the fold. They're going to be very, very good. Colorado, Utah, well coached. I just think you're going to see our league that Stanford was hurt. Stanford was hurt all of the non-league. And then all of a sudden they got healthy And we had to play them 3 times. That was as good a basketball team we played almost all year when they were healthy. So I just think you're going to see our league, the teams that were in the bottom, it's going to be a lot better this year.
Steve, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.